2-game lead over San Diego in the NL West with 10 games left in the regular season. The Chargers placed All-Pro linebacker Khalil Mack on injured reserve, which means he'll miss at least the next 4 games. Mack was diagnosed with a dislocated left elbow. He was injured in the first quarter of the Chargers' win at Las Vegas Sunday night. The 34-year-old Mack has started 52 of 53 games with the Chargers. By the way, the Chargers have the number 1 defense in the NFL after 2 weeks, allowing only 15 points per game. The Chargers are at home Sunday against Denver. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin. I can't tell where yours begins, I can't tell where mine is. Brown skin, up against my brown skin. Need some every now and then, oh yeah. Where are your people from? Maybe Mississippi or an island. Apparently your skin has been kissed by the sun. You make me want a Hershey's kiss, your licorice. Every time I see your lips, it makes me think of honey-coated chocolate. Your kisses are worth more than gold to me. I'll be your almond joy, you'll be my sugar daddy. Brown skin, you know I love your brown skin.
KBLA Talk 1580. Dr. Paul Wallace is in the studio. You didn't know that was your theme song, huh?
Hey, I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Song. He's a cosmetic dermatologist. He is the creator and owner of the Wallace Skin Body Institute. He's got that degree, the degrees from UC Berkeley. I went to Harvard Medical School, got a master's from the University of Missouri, and now is just a dermatologist to the stars.
Yeah, but everybody's a star. But I have one star in particular that I've got to shout out to. Happy birthday, Auntie Lois. I have, my aunt is 102 years old.
Wow.
And she looks good.
Well, I mean, she's a Virgo, so she's probably taking care of everything just so.
Nails done.
Yes.
Lipstick, hair done,
check.
Earrings.
Check.
So for all of you folks who say, well, you know, I'm too old for such. No, you aren't. Because no matter what age you are, looks count.
That's like my great aunt, Mama Lee. She passed, but she was 108 and still cute. And that's why I say, don't give up your cute.
No.
Mama Lee still had her hair did. She still had her makeup on, and she was still cute and sharp.
And in this time, which is so difficult, how we feel about ourselves really is important on how we're able to carry out the rest of the day. And I don't think there's anyone out there who didn't look in the mirror today. You wanted to get some satisfaction. You wanted to meet some level before you entered the other people's world. But there's nothing like feeling good with what you're seeing. And that's what we're all about.
Well, it's interesting because every day I stress out about that because I know I'm going to be on YouTube every day. and I don't want to look crazy. That's my bar. Just don't make me look crazy, Lord. Just make me look normal. But I get a lot of reaction when you come on the show. People are happy to see you, Dr. Wallace, because I think most of us know that regardless of what the propaganda is, that black skin
is beautiful.
It is beautiful, and
That's
we have different requirements for our
Absolutely.
skin and hair. I mean, I know we're all human, but melanated skin does require some different kind of care, right?
Yes, it's not your Ford F-150 truck. You have to take care.
You know what? I can't with you, Dr. Wallace.
That's all right. I drive one of those. No, we have to take care of our melanated skin. But I like to start as we always do, remembering about that First Corinthians 6:19 and 20, where our bodies are the Holy Spirit's temple. They're God's temple. And we need to take care of that as it takes care of us. So today I'm going to focus attention on how do you take care of your skin, especially with the changing of the season now from a summertime and the heat and the UV bombardment until we're going to have some cooler times and drier times.
Yeah, it's raining
And
in
yeah,
LA this morning.
What a wonderful day to talk about a change in the weather and how we can affect our skin, actually repair our skin, because summertime is a fun time, but we really abuse our skin during that time. It's something that we enjoy doing, whether we're out in the sun, we're going out into the pools, we're jumping into that chlorine, or going out into the Caribbean and laying out in the sun, and you can do all of those things. But just like most things, now we have to make up for it. Now what we have to do is to baby the skin, and especially the face, which one could certainly argue gets more abuse than any other part of the body.
Morris Phillips says still black don't crack, right?
And one of the reasons about that is because of the oils that we have. So I'm constantly having to tell people, look, don't try to take the oils out of your skin. You certainly want to cleanse your skin. You want to get the environment off, but you don't want to take those oils away that keeps the skin glowing, that keeps it moist, that keeps it elastic, that gives it its brilliance with regards to color. Keep that oil there.
So don't scrub it until it's matte and flat. And I know you don't like the harsh scrubs.
Right. What an abuse. Now think about the face. The face is there. So you've got, obviously you've got the sun and you've got the air conditioners. You've got the dust, the dirt, the smog, everything hits it. We've got our hands that we put on the face where we push all of that stuff in. And then we go home and put a brush to it, put a rough scrub to it, put acids on it that are too strong for the face. So give the face a break. Fall back. There, we're in the fall. Fall back.
We already got people in here with questions, which I love. Jacqueline wants to know what causes moles on your face as you age. Moles, and then the skin tags and all kinds of little things start popping up.
Well, primarily for those, and that there's a couple things. One, there's things that we call moles, and by we, I'm saying we as Black folks. We say, oh, this moles, and it's not technically and dermatologically a mole. I won't get into that so much, but the things that we usually call moles are non-cancerous. They aren't something that you have to be concerned about, like others, but you can blame that on your parents and your grandparents. There's a genetic component that's associated with that.
It's hereditary.
Yes, and it often doesn't come out until maybe you're in your 50s.
Right.
But some folks, look at and they see, oh, well, they start in their 20s, but my sister doesn't have it or my brother doesn't have it. Just wait. Their time is usually coming.
So what say Morgan Freeman has on his face, that's...
The technical name for that is seborrheic keratosis. Those are non-cancerous lesions, in which we take off every day. I mean, they're very easy. We usually we usually use some like liquid nitrogen, freeze them, and they fall off and can go from there. But it isn't necessary. But with regards to what your total look is, many people come in maybe once a year, twice a year, and have those done.
Wow. So it's only for cosmetic reasons.
Cosmetic reasons.
There's
yes.
no but hey, there's a lot to be said for doing things for cosmetic reasons if it makes you feel better. So those oils that you're talking about,
right?
I mean, that's part of anti-aging. It's part of healthy skin.
Absolutely.
So what you're saying is don't over scrub.
Don't over scrub. Well, I've got to go there. We got to hydrate.
Yeah.
You got to get that water in. And of course, look at you. You got the big bottle.
Yeah, but I should have had it already drunk by now.
Yeah. So you want to be able to hydrate and moisturize. That makes sense, everybody. You know that your body is primarily a liquid, is primarily water anyway. But to be able to flush that water, to renew that water, to be able to open up all of the blood vessels that are on the face in particular, to remove what the environment has there. The skin has so many roles that we don't think about. Yes, it's a cover that provides us protection. That's
it's a makeup holder.
And especially if you have the right cosmetic primer. But there's so many things that it does. It prevents a moisture of loss of moisture, but it holds some. So there's a thermal regulation there. It helps to control with regards to our body temperature. It produces it, of course, with regards to vitamin D. Vitamin D is extremely important. And yes, because we have melanated skin, we get less of that conversion. So oftentimes taking a supplement there, vitamin D plays a major role with regards to both cartilage and bones. And what we see, especially as we're getting older, and especially with regards to women, broken hips, broken pelvis from a fall that happens, having that vitamin D is important, and the skin does it. So having some exposure, not too much exposure, but also perhaps taking a supplement certainly can be helpful along the way. It protects us. The skin protects us from the UV damage. What is the UV damage? Just think that it is radiation, and that radiation can be countered by using your sunscreen and by, again, having your water hydration and let the body's own natural defense help. It helps the immune system with regards to keeping microbes out and bacteria that's on that. We have good bacteria that sits on the skin, fights bad bacteria. So all of these things the skin is doing at all times, but we just sort of take it for granted that it's a baggie. And I'm saying, let's treat it nice, because it's going to treat you nice for every literally second that you live.
Dr. Paul Wallace is my guest. You're invited in if you have a question or comment, 800-920-1580, or hop on YouTube at KBLA 1580 and get in these comments over there. I got my eyes on that. We're talking the care and feeding of your beautiful brown skin, or whatever skin you happen to have, beige, pink, whatever you got. Dr. Wallace got some help for you. And we're talking about the change of seasons, how we take care of it. And my constant refrain with Dr. Wallace is how to keep our cute. The battle against the clock. Why give in when you can stay beautiful? KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to here with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve Black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from Black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, Black families have acquired land through grit faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Loss Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of Black land loss before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling Black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic Black narrative archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandloss.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're not just waking up with me, you're waking up with Dr. Paul Wallace, dermatologist to the stars. And we're talking about how to take care of your skin right now. You know, whether you're Black, melanated, or somewhere in between, there's special things we do when the seasons change. And I know some folks say, well, LA doesn't even have seasons, but for our skin, apparently it does.
Oh, yeah, it certainly does. And say, what a wonderful way to be introduced with it being rain today. But this is a time now where you need to change what's going on. We're going to start wearing more clothing to keep warm. Temperatures are going to go up, especially those who have forced heat that goes through, and you don't have an ability to control your temperature. It's going to make the skin drier, and you're going to have to moisturize that. You need to watch out with regards to your cleansers. Cleansers need to be more gentle. We need to use things like butter. Shea butter is fine with regards to a basis on a cleanser, but you want to use your ceramides and your glycerins there, softer, gentler cleansers.
And yeah, you have a really nice gentle face wash. You guys could go to Wallace Face and Body. Is that what it is?
What's that?
Your website.
Oh, the website, Wallace Skin and Body.
Skin and Body.
Or Wallace Skin Care, either one.
And you can buy them directly off the website.
Yeah, you can buy them there.
Or come see you. And
that's always good. But we want our listeners also to be able to do. Now, although I don't give any product names of over the counter, but I certainly can tell you about the things that are there that are affordable and that can be used, as I mentioned, to have things with the hyaluronic acid or butter-based cleansers are certainly what you want to use in the fall to sort of make up the damage that happened throughout the summer. This avoids the stripping that has happened with the abuse of the summer.
When Molly Bell says, when you say hydration, do you mean moisturizer or water? Are you talking about the inside or the outside?
Hydration inside, moisturizer outside.
Both.
Yes.
And is it counterintuitive? Because during summer we know we need oil and we know we need sun protection, but during fall and winter we might slack off.
Yeah, we slack off. Two things. Number one, we take hotter, longer showers.
Yeah.
And of course, we know what happens with regards to oil and heat. I'll give you an example. If you take a finished plate of spaghetti, you've got the oil that's there. You can drop it down in hot water. You don't need to have any cleanser that's there, and you'll see that oil separate from the plate. It'll be all on the top. Well, your body is the plate. And if you put the cleanser on top of that, then you're taking out an extraordinary amount of the oil that's there. And yes, the body will try to make up. It will increase that. Now think about this. And especially when we're talking about acne patients and people complain and say, okay, my face is so oily. Usually that's because you're dehydrated. So what does the body do? It knows that, well, we all know that oil and water don't mix, but the body is smart enough to say, if I make more oil, maybe I can trap more water here. And that's often what happens. So if you increase that water, and you can't increase it on Wednesday and say, okay, nothing happened. It's got to be for at least a 30-day period of time. Consistency is extremely important when you're taking care of the skin. But if you do that, you will decrease the amount of oil that the face is producing because it doesn't need it.
Okay. So that makes sense. It's even though it seems backwards, if you drink more water, it would help with that oily complexion. But it sounds like you're telling us not to take hot showers. We should take
you can take warm showers. I'd like for it to be luke. And you know something, you can treat yourself with regards to a hot one. But when you do that, know that you have to replace, and you're replacing it with products, whether they be mine or anything that's over the counter. But there's nothing as good as mother's milk. So hydrate. And when you treat yourself by having that hot shower, or yes, going into the hot tub, or yes, going into any of these steam rooms, make sure that you're going to put on that extra coat, that extra layer of quality moisturizer.
After you get out.
After you get out.
And you're the one that taught me moisturize twice when you get out.
Yes.
Not just lotion and done. Lotion, and then another layer of lotion.
You may need to put on that second layer of lotion if you feel dry through there. And remember things like Vaseline, petroleum jelly, they sit on top of your skin. So if you have a nice silk dress or shirt that you're putting on, you can put that on an hour later and it will still stick there. That's because it's just sitting there. It's not truly helping your skin. Creams and serums do the best because they are absorbed by the skin and they can be utilized, not just sit on top. So now from the folks from the South, you might know what whitewashing is. So there's a difference from that oil paint and and that whitewash that was there that faked the funk and made it look like it was oil. But what we want to do is to really let the skin feel, and we know what it feels like when our skin feels comfortable. And that's usually when it's hydrated and moisturized.
So when you say creams, you're talking like body butters and creams.
Yes.
As opposed to just oil.
Correct.
But we can use oil, cream. What you don't want us to use petroleum products so much because they don't actually help the skin.
Correct.
They just make it look shiny.
They make it look
Take
good.
Away the ashy.
Fake the funk. That's what it is.
It's the whitewashing.
And we want it to be, again, there's a difference between your skin glowing and your skin being shiny. The glow is what we want, not the shine.
Whew, that's a fine line, but maybe not for you. Do we take too many showers? 2
a day is perfect.
2 a day is okay.
Yes. 1 a day can be all right. There's not a problem with that, but no more than 2. No more 2. What happens when you take more than 2 showers, and when you take those showers, again, all you need is your cleanser and your hands. You don't need these towels or these brushes to scrub on a regular basis. If you were to do that once a week, that would be fine. That would be an exfoliation. That would help to slough off some of the dead skin that's there. But we have this tendency to do too much.
Yeah.
We want to use that brush until we feel that tingle. And what that tingle really is, it's a low threshold for pain. It's a low signal, I'm saying. It's a low signal that, it's the same thing happens with regards to itching, but we can get into itching at some other time. When do we stop scratching? Exactly when is it? It's actually when you change what that sensation is to a pain sensation. You say, it's time to stop.
Right. So scrubbing, you say once a week, or twice a week, not every day.
And I like the scrub to be a rub. Again, let's stop punishing our skin and remembering, yes, we want to get off
But
some of the dead
so
skin.
soft.
Yeah. And if you could stop right there where it is so soft there and not get to the part where it's irritated, because then we change. What would happen is we break down that skin barrier and it can't protect us the way that we need
well,
to be.
the reason that I'm laughing is because of course, it's the whole controversy on the internet, which is and elsewhere, which is that, white folks don't use washcloths and we do, and that supposedly white people don't wash their legs. I'm not quite sure what research yielded this this knowledge, but supposedly white folks don't wash their legs. And so by you saying don't scrub and don't use all these cloths and stuff, use your hands, you're advising us to bathe like we're unmelanated.
I see. You can't, something you can't tell people who think they're in the know. But what I am saying is we don't want to do too much.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem is, primarily with regards to brushes, and any of these things can be good, but to overdo it really sets us backwards. And one of the things that we happen with melanated skin, we know, is that any time that you abuse it, you mechanically abuse it, those types of bruises show up as being hyperpigmentation. You get that dark spot. So whether you cut, scratch, scrape, or brush, and you hurt it too much, it heals dark and then goes back to its natural color. And that darkness can stay for weeks or months.
Or actually, even longer than that, right?
Yes.
So, and it's the same thing with keloids. I mean, there are things that happen to us that don't happen to other people, right? So,
correct.
So those are indications that we have to handle with care.
Handle with care, and that's the part that we try to get across all the time. You've got a luxury, you've got the highest end of leather on you, and you have to take care of it. It doesn't mean because I have it, I don't need to do any of these things, and then I'm gonna catch up every so often in that. Be consistent with regards to what you do and how you use it. This year in particular, I'm getting more into the skin wellness rather than just treating that. The things that we need to do, the products that are there, the information that goes through. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us decades ago about what you eat is what you are. And what we eat certainly can play a role in how our skin, how healthy of a barrier and an organ it is. It is the largest organ of the body. And remember, even inside the mouth and from the root to it's all skin.
Interesting. Well, I mean, we've had this conversation many times. The thing that saves me is diet and exercise, because I've not been as good as I should be. Mm-hmm. But certainly the Wallace Skin and Body Institute has got me doing a lot better now.
Yes.
Doing a lot better now.
Okay.
But thank God, for water and healthy nutrition and exercise, that can do a lot. That can go a long way to keep your skin looking good regardless. We've got news, traffic, and sports, and then more with Dr. Paul Wallace. You're welcome to call in 800-920-1580 or hit us up on the chat. We are KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. FBI Director Kash Patel says illegal immigration at the southern border has dropped sharply under President Trump, but he warns terrorists are now targeting the northern border.
We've encountered almost zero at the southern border since the southern border has been sealed. The enemy has adapted, and we need more focus on the northern border.
Patel says Canada is one of his top priorities. The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill Board of Governors meets today to review how 16 campuses are complying with a Trump-era ban on DEI programs. The Department of Education has threatened to cut federal funding to the UNC system if orders to eliminate DEI are not followed. And the Black Art Empowerment Summit returns to LA on February 28th. The summit celebrates Black creativity with panels, exhibitions, and an emerging artist competition during the Freeze Los Angeles Art Fair. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
This season, San Diego is playing at home, and you are on the roster. Don't miss the Padres, Wave FC, San Diego FC, and the Blue Angels at the Miramar Air Show. Plan your trip now at sandiego.org/awesome all year. Funded in part with City of San Diego Tourism Marketing District Assessment Funds.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers got a strong pitching performance from Blake Snell to beat Philadelphia last night 5-0. Snell had a season-high 12 strikeouts in 7 innings. The Dodgers got home runs from Freddie Freeman and Shohei Ohtani, his 51st this season. The Dodgers maintained their 2-game lead over San Diego in the NL West with 10 games left in the regular season. The Chargers placed All-Pro linebacker Khalil Mack on injured reserve, which means he'll miss at least the next 4 games. Mack was diagnosed with a dislocated left elbow. He was injured in the first quarter of the Chargers' win at Las Vegas Sunday night. The 34-year-old Mack has started 52 of 53 games with the Chargers. By the way, the Chargers have the number 1 defense in the NFL after 2 weeks, allowing only 15 points per game. The Chargers are at home Sunday against Denver. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, I'm LA City Councilmember Curran Price, inviting you to the 30th anniversary of the Central Avenue Jazz Festival, Saturday, September the 20th, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We've got 4 pavilions, 3 stages of live music, plus food, fun, and a marketplace all along historic Central Avenue between MLK Boulevard and Vernon Ave. Our featured acts this year are Gregory Porter, Pancho Sanchez, and Jasmine Horn at the 30th anniversary of the Central Avenue Jazz Festival, Saturday, September 20th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. along Central Avenue between MLK Boulevard and Vernon Avenue. Come out and bring the whole family because this legendary celebration is free. For more information, go to centralavjazzfest.com. I'm LA Councilmember Curran Price, and I absolutely approve this message.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has work source centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
1455 Frazee, San Diego. CordellCordell.com.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio. KBLA Talk 1580.
Dr. Paul Wallace is here. He's a cosmetic dermatologist, and we're talking about taking care of your beautiful melanated skin or non-melanated skin. Everyone's welcome in this conversation at 800-920-1580. But we don't talk enough about our special particular requirements. I love how you put it in the metaphor of a car, because if you have a Ferrari, you don't say, oh, well, this is a top level car, so I can smash it up and do anything with it. You take extra care of it. We say black don't crack, so we can treat our skin like crap, instead of saying, oh, I've been blessed with this Ferrari.
Correct.
And so it requires, and I love that some of the things that we've been told we can never do, you do, because you have the skin that you're treating. So you can figure it out. Like sometimes we're told we can't do laser skin resurfacing, or we can't do blemish removal of that kind. We can't do scar removal because of our melanated skin. And I notice that you do not say that.
No, that's I say this all the time. That's the difference between Jiffy Mix and cornbread. So we make cornbread. So we're open to be able to, and available to be able to do all of the different things that are out there. Most of the time, a black skin, for example, doesn't need to be resurfaced. It may need to be polished, but it doesn't need to be burned off to allow another layer of skin there. What we need to do is to nourish what we have, and we do that, again, by hydration and moisturization. And I want to warn, as we go into this fall season, don't layer too many of your products on top of one another. There are people who are using vitamin A products like the retinols, and you don't want to use your retinol and then use your toner and then use some other thing that you've seen on TikTok. There's some damage that's happening to skin that we see on our clients that are coming in. And it's usually, hey, get down to basics. Don't try to, again, fake the funk and try to avoid doing that. You're going to have to get that hydration in. You're going to have to moisturize. But now is the time, again, to be more gentle with regards to your skin.
Is that gentleness, is that part of like an anti-aging regimen? I mean, we see this saggy, wrinkly skin, wrinkles everywhere on the body, not just on the face.
That's correct. That's correct. And what happens, without going into it, the body makes this stuff called collagen, and collagen is sort of like scaffolding. It's sort of like building blocks. And there's different types, but you can improve that, one, with regards to just how you take care of the skin. Collagen is used to repair, just like any cut you might get. It is collagen that comes in and pulls the skin together, and then makes it the color and the feel that it has. Now, we know that the skin on the face is different, for example, than the skin on the palms or the feet. So there's different things that it has to do. The skin on the face is far more gentle. And what we want to do, as I said, you don't want to abuse it with regards to your scrubs, but you want to use gentle tools, soft cloths, gentle facial cloths, instead of the rough towels. Again, don't sandpaper your skin. The issue, and yeah, I definitely do want you to wash your legs.
Wash your legs. The
Yes,
doctor said
yes.
so. Yeah, but I think that, we just want to be really clean. We've been told we're dirty so much. We just want to be really clean all the time. And sometimes we do too much.
Yeah, we're not pots. Squeaky clean was not meant to be for
We're
skin.
not pots. Yeah. But I will say that you have this pumpkin mask that I
Yes.
started using. I've been using it for about a month, ever since I went and got a facial over there. And that's kind of like doing a scrub without scrubbing, right?
Correct.
Because there's
Correct.
no scrubbing that goes on. You just put it on your face and you let it sit there for 15 minutes and then you wash it off.
It's 2025. Cleopatra was using sand back then. We don't need to use the same sand crystals and scrubbing the face with that. We can easily use things like glycolic acid and fruit-based acids that can go in and loosen up dead skin cells so that they easily fall off. See, it takes about, from the time that skin cells are made, it takes about 45 days for it to go all the way from the bottom to the top to where they're falling off. Ideally, we like about 30 days cosmetically. That will give you a quick turnover. And you can think of it easier also. That's like a once a month turnover. You can do that gently without having to do the mechanical part of hurting the skin while you're doing that.
Well, I love it. I can definitely tell the difference with that. And it's something, I only have to do it once a week. I can maintain that. But how do we know, which products are the right products for our skin? Because there's so much. And as you said, now with the internet, especially TikTok and Instagram, there's so many products out there.
Well, yeah, and that's a major problem because all of these people are being paid. So regardless of what they may say, whether they're using it, they aren't using it, and there's no one that's on camera that doesn't have makeup on. So
even when they say they're makeup free,
even when they're makeup free, maybe they got their makeup free, but some basics. Again, you can get serums. Serums are usually better than creams, which are better than ointments. Serums can have things in. Vitamin C is a big player in terms of the health of the skin. It helps to stabilize the skin.
Again, on top of the skin or inside the body, or both?
Both.
Okay,
Both.
Because I know you last time you're here, you said you're not big on taking collagen supplements. You want us to use it topically.
I like collagen topically far better than trying to take it orally. The transfer from going through your GI system to actually benefiting that doesn't do the skin a tremendous amount of good.
Right.
So don't waste the money trying that. I'm also not a big one on mega vitamins, but I am one to say take a daily woman's vitamin, a daily men's vitamin is absolutely, I'm 100% behind that.
Do you think most men even have a skincare regimen? And if they don't, what should it be at least?
Most don't, because we've been able to get away with it. But again, looks count. I at one point in time, I was I was working with a certain record label to get their rappers a better skin regimen, and it did help with that. But yes, men, you too have to wash your face twice a day. And one of the things that we know with regards to our men folks, they're not going to do a tremendous amount. So having a gentle cleanser and a moisturizer, sunscreen, that's it. That's the minimum or the maximum in many cases that I require for the men to do. Women, push your men a little bit to say, hey, having soft skin, and things like rough feet and hands don't have to be. I don't care what type of job you have. We can have you moisturize, hydrate with regards to that, and beard areas. Now, let me say that one of the problems with regards to the fall going into the winter is, again, with less hydration, higher temperatures, wearing warmer clothes can lead to an increase with regards to razor bumps. It can lead to an increase with regards to dry skin.
Really?
And one major problem with regards to the misdiagnosis in Black folks is eczema. Eczema is sort of a garbage term because anything that's dry, you can say that's eczema. But there's different types of eczema, and one type in particular is called atopic dermatitis. The easy way to sort of determine whether it is the regular eczema of that, it doesn't respond to moisturizer. No matter how much you seem to use, it's there. It can be on your face. It's on the insides of your arms.
That's atopic dermatitis.
Yes. It's behind the knees. That is a special type of eczema that requires a special type of treatment. And just putting some, if it's dry, moisten it. If it's moist, dry it. Doesn't work in those cases. And we have a high incidence in skin of color of atopic dermatitis. I'm actually going to do a clinical trial with regards to that. But this is when it comes out. It comes out in the fall, in the winter time. In the summer, it may go away. And that's one of its things. It doesn't always have to be there. But we have patients who come in and 80% of their body is there, from infants until 90 years
covered
old.
with atopic dermatitis.
Yeah, their skin is just dry.
Well, you said you were going to talk about itching. I guess this would be the place.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than itching. Oh my God.
Yes, I mean, and I guess you're always saying don't touch your face, so I'm pretty sure just don't scratch is the.
Well, I tell them you can slap it, you can rub it, you can thump it, but when you scratch and you break the skin, then you've hurt that skin barrier, and you allow bacteria to get there. Then you can get a secondary infection. You scratch that even more, that can spread from one area to the other. But these folks have atopic dermatitis. Oh, they suffer through the night. What happens is that they don't sleep well. In kids, it reflects on how well they do in school. Your attitude is bad if you haven't slept well. It's a problem. We're going to address it.
And so, and for any of these things we've been talking about, whether it's, how you're taking care of your skin through the different seasons, how you're fighting aging, how you are dealing with atopic dermatitis or whatever type of eczema or skin situation you have going on, we need to see a dermatologist. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying it because sometimes I think we don't invest in things like lawyers, doctors. You know what I mean? We're going to just go Google it and see what we can figure out. And I'm all for natural healing. I'm 100% for herbs and vitamins and all that. But there comes a time when you got to go see a specialist.
Well, one of the problems is, again, the skin can be abused, and it can take a lot of abuse. One of the problems that I have, and this is one of the differences from being in Ladera, being at home, or for 27 years when I was in Beverly Hills. In Ladera, my patients wait a lot longer to have something seen, treated, or consult on. There's a number of things that we could have done earlier
if they would have
would have come in earlier. But we take it for granted that, oh, I've got this wonderful organ, I've got this, my skin is fine. Or people are discounting and say, oh, all it is this. No, you actually need to take care of that organ.
Yeah. Talking with Dr. Paul Wallace, and he is a cosmetic dermatologist and doing also a lot of prevention. How do we keep ourselves healthy instead of waiting until our biggest organ is in crisis? We'll continue this conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Imagine a world without heart disease and stroke, where every person has the chance to live a full and healthy life. Join us for a walk to save lives at the American Heart Association's Greater Los Angeles Heart and Stroke Walk, Saturday, September 20th at the Rose Bowl. Every step made and every dollar raised means more people learning CPR, more life-saving research, and more time with the ones we love. Sign up at heartwalkla.org. The LA Heart and Stroke Walk is sponsored by Optum, UCLA Health, Keck Medicine of USC, and Dignity Health.
If you're an African American mom who is pregnant or have a baby under 6 months old, you deserve care that lifts, listens, and lasts. Black Infant Health is for you. It's a free program with individual support, group sessions, and resources to start your mothering journey. BIH makes space for moms and their families to create community. Learn more about the programs in Los Angeles County. Check us out at blackinfanthealth.org.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least liked to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfiresupport@QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds. Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-237-8585. That's 800-237-8585. Again, that's 800-237-8585.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
We're talking with Dr. Paul Wallace, cosmetic dermatologist. He's in Ladera Heights now. I used to go see you when you were in Beverly Hills, but I love your new office so much more.
I came home.
It's beautiful. It's blackety black. It's full of artwork and statues and also boxing memorabilia.
Yeah.
Because you're a fight doctor.
Ooh, did you see that ass whooping last weekend?
We could do a whole show about that.
Oh my God, Bud.
I keep trying to get you to come and do a show about fights. One day we'll do it.
Well, we have folks who were lined up at the TV, just like in the old days when they had to sit and there was only one person who had a radio and they were listening to Joe Louis fight. Folks were watching this fight and going like, black folks, we were on the line. And
well,
yeah,
when we fight, we win.
That's right.
Morris wants to know about razor bumps.
Mm-hmm.
Watch how you shave.
Yes.
He also is asking, is alcohol good for cleaning the skin?
No, alcohol is definitely not good for cleaning the skin. The whole thought about whether or not it is going to help when there's cuts and open, that's why it burns. That burn is not good. If you're going to do something, use hydrogen peroxide instead. With regards to razor bumps, as I said, that can be exacerbated with dry atmospheres, the ambient temperature where you are. You really have to hydrate there. The dry skin will will hurt with regards to creating an environment for ingrown hairs. So moisturizing that area is also important. I don't know, again, in 35 years of being able to do this, I've only had 3 men who weren't able to shave with a straight razor. It's a matter of technique. It's a matter of what you use, how you use it, when you use it.
And you actually, I've known you to give instruction to your patients.
Yes.
About how to shave.
We're going to sit in there and
what products to use.
And I'm going to show them, and then they're going to show me on how to shave. And unfortunately, most men never learn the proper techniques of how to shave. We give you that type of instruction. The easy thing is always shave with the hair that's down. Don't turn that razor up the other way. You can either turn or hold, but you can't do both because you're pushing the hair out. You shave across that and the hair goes below the skin, often catching a piece of that skin when it tries to grow out. So technique is extremely important.
Okay, he just gave you some tips, and you can go get a lesson. Go to Wallace Skin Body Institute.com or call, make an appointment, and go see the doctor. And Is sweating good for the skin is the question.
Wonderful for the skin. To be able to get some of the impurities out. And with regards to, again, remember with regards to thermal regulation of temperature that's there, it's extremely important. But one of the biggest problems is that people are sandpapering their face. What you should do is to pat the face when you're sweating. Yeah, on the first times you want to do a wipe, but every time you're wiping, even if you do it on your own arm right now, you can feel you're somewhat sandpapering what's there. And that's why you get that tingly feeling. You get that almost painful feeling at the end of whatever your workout is or your tennis match that you're doing, because indeed you have broken down the skin barrier. Pat that. Take the towel with you. We like to pull the shirt up and then wipe. Wiping harder does not make you sweat less.
Okay. What about these bags and little, bulges that people get under their eyes?
Under the eyes?
Yeah.
Well, everybody has these fat pads that are there. What happens to those fat pads are often a reaction. We know that lack of sleep can certainly contribute to that. A lot of people just yawn and rub their eyes. They unconsciously rub their eyes. You can't do that. It's the thinnest skin in the body, your upper and lower eyelids. So the least amount of trauma to them can cause them to react. The difficulty is to what extent you want to treat those areas. Of course, the optimum would be that you have the surgery that's done where they go behind the eye lid and open that up, take out that fat pad and close it back up. A lower bleph or dealing with the fat pad that's there. The other ways in which that you can do that, all of these things can help to minimize it, but it's not going to take it away. Again, not rubbing, getting your sleep. You can use even things like a green tea ice, a green tea bag, and put those on underneath the eyes. They can help with regards to it. There's some now. People do on some short notice. They even use things like Preparation H, and they put it under there
Really?
for a short time, because what it does is it restricts the blood vessel from going there. So you do have some shrinkage that's there. And there's a number of products that are more or less like what's her name? The Cinderella, that they will work for a couple hours and be helpful there. There are eye serums that contain products that can help with regards to it. But the thought of being able to use something topically and they will go away and stay away, that doesn't exist.
They're saying in the chat, they're saying you look good. So we'll leave it there. They're saying Dr. Wallace looks good. His skin looks good. Hair looks good.
You're
getting love.
Now, I certainly appreciate that you all took this little mangy dog that's 72 years old and go from there. But and I certainly can't throw any rocks. I've got to hydrate better. I've got to moisturize. It's easy to talk on the radio, but I know when I'm at home, when I ran to come over here. So
let's do it. All right. Well, Wallace Skin and Body Institute.com. Tavis Smiley's up next. He's got an incredible show for you. He has to hydrate too, by the way. We all got to hydrate. But you want to definitely keep it locked for that. And of course, tomorrow we'll have our Freedman Friday reparations conversation. Like my mama, the great Diane DiPrima, used to say, history is now, and we are making it together. Until tomorrow, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. FBI Director Kash Patel says illegal immigration at the southern border has dropped sharply under President Trump, but he warns terrorists are now targeting the northern border.
We've encountered almost zero at the southern border since the southern border has been sealed. The enemy has adapted, and we need more focus on the northern border.
Patel says Canada is one of his top priorities. The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill Board of Governors meets today to review how 16 campuses are complying with a Trump-era ban on DEI programs. The Department of